Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. There is a truth many overlook. Silence is not weakness. On the contrary, it can be the most powerful choice you make. From the moment you stop chasing a reply, you stop giving away your energy to someone who does not meet you with the same intensity. Silence is a conscious act of self-respect, a declaration that your peace matters more than proving your worth to someone else. In a world obsessed with immediate responses, where every delay triggers doubt and anxiety, choosing to step back changes everything. This is not about pride or punishment. It is about creating space to reconnect with yourself and reclaim your strength. When you stop writing first, when you step away instead of pursuing, you are doing more than withholding words. You are taking back your emotional space. You are saying, I will not pour my energy into a vessel that refuses to be filled. This is not cruelty, nor is it manipulation. It is an act of honoring your integrity, of breaking free from the endless cycle of hope and disappointment. You begin to understand that your value is not tied to another person's attention, and that realization is a shift of immense power. Imagine the constant need for replies as a silent drain on your energy. Every moment spent analyzing their silence, every word reread and dissected is energy lost. Silence interrupts this cycle. It transforms your internal state. It allows clarity to emerge. It forces both you and the other person to face what truly matters. In that absence, they may notice you. They may wonder. But most importantly, you notice yourself. You discover what you truly want instead of reacting out of habit. If you are watching this, I want you to take a moment before continuing. Write in the comments the number 1 if you've ever felt trapped in the endless loop of chasing answers. Like this video if it resonates with you. Share it with someone who needs this. And don't forget, stay until the end, because I will share something truly important that will change the way you approach silence and self-worth forever. This is your first step, learning that silence is not absence, but presence of your own self. And that presence is where true power begins. As you step into silence, something remarkable begins to unfold. You start to see that your energy is not only yours, but a mirror reflecting your inner state to the world. In Jungian psychology, this is called projection, the unconscious process where what we carry inside is cast outward, shaping how others respond to us. When you constantly seek attention, you are unconsciously sending a signal that you are incomplete, that your worth depends on someone else's acknowledgement. This is why the more you reach out, the less power you hold. Your energy becomes a map, showing others exactly what you believe about yourself. When your actions are driven by insecurity or the need for validation, you project a version of yourself that is not whole. You unconsciously transmit uncertainty, and others pick up on it. That energy doesn't need words. It communicates itself through hesitation, tone, persistence, or absence. When you change that energy, the relationship changes without you saying a thing. This is why stepping back and embracing silence is not avoidance. It is a recalibration of your inner state. You stop feeding a pattern that drains you and begin aligning with a deeper truth about yourself. Consider how often you expend energy analyzing someone's words, reading between the lines, seeking meaning in delays. That energy belongs to you, yet it is given away to the uncertainty of another's behavior. By withdrawing from this emotional chase, you reclaim it. You begin to live from a place of clarity rather than reaction, and your presence shifts. People sense this change instinctively. They see that you no longer react out of fear, but stand grounded in your own self-worth. The truth is, your energy teaches others how to treat you. When rooted in self-respect and calm confidence, you no longer broadcast desperation. Instead, you send a subtle but powerful message: I am enough as I am. This magnetism is rare. It doesn't demand attention. It draws it naturally. If you have been following this video, pause for a moment and reflect. What energy are you offering to others? Write your answer in the comments below. This is a crucial step toward awareness. Remember to like and share this video with those who need this reminder. And stay tuned. At the end of this journey, I will reveal a profound insight about silence that could transform how you live and relate forever. Once you understand that your energy reflects your inner world, the next step is breaking the cycle of constant pursuit. When you chase someone's attention, you enter a loop that drains your peace and keeps you tethered to uncertainty. Silence becomes the first act of breaking this pattern. It's not about withdrawing out of spite. It is about choosing yourself instead of feeding a habit that no longer serves you. This choice transforms not only how you interact with others, but how you interact with yourself. Chasing creates dependency, an emotional tether that teaches your nervous system to equate love with uncertainty. You begin to measure your worth by the response you receive, and this creates a feedback loop of need and anxiety. Silence disrupts this. It is a conscious decision to stop offering yourself as a constant emotional resource without reciprocity. It is saying, I am not defined by your availability. I am whole even when you remain silent. The power of this choice lies in its ability to shift dynamics without confrontation. Silence creates a vacuum that speaks louder than words. It forces both sides to face what they truly want. For you, it creates a space to reflect. Are you engaging from love or from need? For the other person, it can spark awareness. They notice your absence. They feel the change. And whether they step forward or retreat, you gain clarity. This is why the moment of silence is not emptiness. It is fertile ground. It is where self-awareness grows, where your emotional energy is reclaimed, and where the dependency on someone else's validation is replaced by inner certainty. Every time you resist the urge to reach out first, you reinforce your self-respect. You prove to yourself that your peace is worth more than proving your point or receiving reassurance. Pause for a moment and reflect. How often have you found yourself reacting impulsively to someone's absence, their delayed message or silence? Share in the comments below with the number 3 if you've been caught in this loop. Like and share this video if it resonates with you. And remember, the most important insight of this entire message is coming at the end, so stay with me. This path of silence is not avoidance. It is the doorway to your own strength. Silence, once embraced, naturally leads to a deeper understanding of waiting, not as passivity but as an act of conscious power. Waiting becomes a choice to step out of reaction and step into presence. It is no longer about chasing answers or forcing clarity. It is about creating a sacred pause, a space where clarity begins to emerge. This is where the most profound transformation begins. In our culture, waiting is often seen as weakness. We rush to fill silence with messages, explanations, or gestures. Yet waiting with awareness is the opposite. It is a deliberate act of self-control. It is choosing not to surrender your emotional energy to uncertainty. When you wait consciously, you are not giving away your power. You are reclaiming it. This is why waiting becomes not a void, but a powerful force. The key to waiting without despair is patience rooted in self-respect. This patience is not born of fear, but of trust. Trust in yourself and in the unfolding rhythm of life. Waiting in this way transforms silence into a mirror of your inner state. It shifts the focus inward. Instead of asking, why hasn't this person reached out? You begin to ask, why am I giving this situation so much space in my mind? Why am I giving away my energy? This shift is revolutionary. When you wait consciously, you are teaching yourself that your peace is more valuable than certainty. You begin to see that love does not require constant pursuit. You stop trying to decipher every delay, every change of tone, and every absence. Instead, you align yourself with what truly matters: your own integrity, your inner peace, your self-worth. Waiting in silence becomes a practice of self-alignment. It trains you to remain grounded even when others' actions are unpredictable. This is where discipline is forged, the discipline to honor yourself before answering someone else's call for attention. And in that discipline lies an extraordinary power, the ability to break free from emotional dependency. Take a moment now and reflect. How often do you fill silence out of fear rather than choice? Write your answer in the comments below with the number 4 if you are ready to embrace conscious waiting. Like this video and share it with someone who might need this reminder. And remember, the most important insight of this message will be revealed at the end. Stay with me, because what comes next is the step that will transform your relationships forever. When you master the art of conscious silence and patient waiting, you step into a deeper realm of presence, the place where self-respect becomes your greatest strength. Presence is not about making noise or proving your worth. It is about quietly embodying your value without explanation or demand. This is where real power begins. Self-respect is born in the space between silence and waiting. It is the awareness that your energy is sacred and that your attention is the most valuable gift you can give. When you stop chasing validation, you send an unspoken message. I do not need to prove my worth. I stand complete in myself. This presence shifts the dynamics of every relationship. People notice. They sense that something has changed. Your energy no longer communicates need or desperation. It radiates calm certainty. This change in energy is magnetic. It is no longer about reacting to someone's behavior, but about controlling your own state. You stop measuring yourself by their responses and begin to measure your peace by your own alignment. This creates a clear boundary between dependency and self-possession. The more grounded you become in your self-respect, the less you feel the need to explain, justify, or chase. Silence transforms from a defense mechanism into a declaration. I choose myself first. Presence also changes how others see you. People naturally mirror the energy they perceive. When you radiate calm confidence, they either rise to match it or step away. Both outcomes work in your favor. You gain clarity about who belongs in your life and who does not. This clarity is priceless, and it comes without a single word spoken. But self-respect requires discipline. It means resisting the urge to break your own silence prematurely. It means accepting discomfort without surrendering your integrity. This discipline creates a quiet power, the kind that does not need to be announced, and it simply exists. And it transforms you in ways that go far beyond relationships. It transforms the way you live. Take a moment now. If this chapter resonates, type 5 in the comments below. Like this video and share it with someone who needs to hear this truth. And remember, there is a vital message at the end of this journey that will change how you see yourself and your relationships forever. Stay with me, because the next chapter will reveal how this power transforms not just your inner world, but the world around you. Once you have anchored yourself in presence and self-respect, you begin to experience a profound shift in your energy, a shift that changes the way you relate to the world. This is not a change that comes from force, but from a deep realignment within. It is the moment when silence, patience, and self-respect converge to transform your emotional field. Energy is a mirror. What you radiate inwardly is reflected outwardly. If your energy is filled with need, anxiety, or uncertainty, the world responds in kind. You unconsciously signal that you require constant reassurance, and others pick up on this. But when your energy is grounded in calm self-assurance, it sends a completely different message. I am whole. I am enough. And the world begins to treat you accordingly. This shift is subtle yet powerful. It does not come from demanding respect or proving your worth, but from embodying it. Your energy no longer seeks permission to exist or validation to be loved. Instead, it communicates that your peace and value are independent of others' responses. And this independence transforms relationships. People who were once unpredictable or inconsistent will either step forward to match your energy or step away, revealing who truly belongs in your life. Understanding this is the key to breaking cycles of emotional exhaustion. The more you align your energy with self-respect, the less reactive you become. You stop engaging in the exhausting dance of chasing someone's attention. Silence and presence replace desperation, and this creates a magnetic clarity. You stop wondering, why hasn't he written? Why hasn't she reached out? Because you have shifted your focus to what truly matters, your own integrity. This shift is liberating. It allows you to let go of control over others while taking full control over yourself. It is the difference between surviving in a relationship and thriving as a whole person. And it begins in the quiet choice to honor your own value. Take a moment now. If this chapter speaks to you, type 6 in the comments below. Like this video and share it with someone who could use this insight. And remember, the most important message of this entire journey is still to come. Stay with me, because in the next chapter we will uncover how this energy shift becomes a powerful magnet for the right people and opportunities. When your energy shifts from need to presence, something extraordinary begins to happen. You become magnetic. This magnetism is not about attracting attention through force or words, but by embodying a grounded sense of self that resonates deeply with those around you. It is the kind of attraction that does not chase but invites, a quiet pull that draws people who are aligned with your energy toward you naturally. This is the power of self-containment. When you are no longer dependent on others to validate your worth, you stop sending out signals of need. Instead, your energy says, I am complete. I stand in my own strength. That clarity changes the game entirely. People instinctively sense the difference. They recognize that your presence comes from authenticity, not from the expectation of something in return. The magnetism of self is built on discipline. It grows each time you choose silence over reaction, patience over desperation, and integrity over compromise. Every moment you hold back from chasing approval reinforces your internal strength. You are no longer investing your precious energy in trying to control someone else's behavior. Instead, you invest in yourself, in your peace, your growth, and your purpose. This kind of presence redefines relationships. People either step forward to meet your energy or step away, revealing their true alignment with you. There is no middle ground because your energy communicates boundaries without words. You no longer feel the compulsion to explain yourself or justify your choices. Silence becomes a declaration of your self-respect. The power of this magnetism lies in its subtlety. You do not need to announce your value. It simply exists in the way you carry yourself, in your calm certainty, in the stillness you hold when others expect noise. And the more you embody it, the more effortless it becomes. This is not about control over others. It is mastery over yourself. Pause for a moment. If this chapter resonates deeply, type 7 in the comments below. Like this video and share it with someone who needs this truth. And remember, the final chapter holds the most important message of this entire journey. Stay with me, because the next chapter will reveal the ultimate key to living with self-respect, freedom, and lasting connection. This is the moment where everything comes together, the culmination of silence, patience, self-control, and the shift in your energy. The ultimate truth of self-respect is that it is not something granted by others, but something you embody. It is a state of being that transforms not only how you relate to others, but how you relate to yourself. When you stop chasing validation, you step into your own power. You no longer measure your worth by replies, gestures, or the attention of another person. Instead, you root yourself in the deep certainty that you are complete as you are. This is not arrogance. It is grounded humility. It is the quiet confidence of someone who knows their own value without needing to prove it. Self-respect changes everything. It shifts your relationships from transactions of need to exchanges of genuine connection. It turns silence into a sacred space, patience into power, and waiting into a conscious choice. In that space, the right people and opportunities come toward you naturally, drawn by the authenticity of your energy. This is the ultimate form of magnetism, attracting what aligns without effort or chasing. The beauty of self-respect is that it frees you. It frees you from patterns that drain you, from games that diminish you, and from the anxiety of seeking approval. It allows you to live in alignment with your own truth, rather than someone else's expectations. This is your true liberation, and here is the final key. Self-respect requires constant practice. It is not a one-time decision, but a daily choice. Choosing silence instead of reaction. Choosing patience instead of urgency. Choosing yourself instead of seeking permission to exist. This discipline builds an unshakable foundation that keeps you grounded even when everything around you changes. So as you close this journey, remember, your power lies not in persuading, pleading, or chasing. It lies in choosing yourself every single day. When you walk through life with this self-respect, you create a space where true connection, safe, honest, and lasting, can emerge. And in that space, love has its deepest chance to flourish. If this chapter spoke to your heart, type 8 in the comments, give this video a like, and share it with someone who would benefit. And now, here is the most important message of all. Your value does not depend on others' recognition. It comes from within. Choose yourself, protect your peace, and watch how life responds.